Well, welcome to Zion Canyon National Park. This is my first pull-off in the park, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The weather's insanely beautiful today, and as usual, it is very crowded, like most of the parks are nowadays. But folks are driving pretty smart. And as you'll look up the canyon, this is the scenic drive. And this is a drive that's going to take me all the way to Bryce Canyon, where I'll be overnighting. Here is the second tunnel after the mile-long tunnel in Bryce, and got a cyclist riding by here, and there is the tunnel. I'd like to see how they made these things. A lot of dynamite. And then we come around the other side of the tunnel and look down into the canyon. See a lot of folks coming up here. Place is pretty crowded this morning, but not too terribly bad. Here is one of my favorite overlooks in Zion National Park. A couple years ago, I came up here about 3 o'clock in the morning to do a photo shoot of the Milky Way as it rose about an hour before daylight, and it was incredible. Gonna kind of walk out to the overlook, give you a good view. This place is amazing. I'm on my way to Bryce, but you know, I'll get there when I get there. That's why I left early this morning, so I'd be able to see all of this today. That's close enough to the edge, so look down in the valley and get a really good view of all these rock formations. Right now it's about 90 degrees. I was expecting it to be a little cooler, but Bryce is much higher above sea level. Well, I've made it to Bryce Canyon, and this is Ruby's Inn, where I'll be residing tonight. It's like a pretty nice place, pretty affordable. And then there is the general store, and I promise you they got a little something of everything in there. I was pleasantly surprised to see the crowds are not too bad here today. So I'm gonna go inquire about a few things, pick up one or two things in the store, and then head into the park. It's nice and 87 degrees up here right now at high noon, so hopefully it'll stay that way. At Rainbow Point, highest elevation in Bryce Canyon National Park. And look at this sign. You won't have to tell me twice, because I don't do lightning very well. We walk over here, and of course this is the most beautiful place ever. And here we go, Rainbow Point, highest elevation in Bryce Canyon, and it is a very comfortable 82 degrees out here. Lord, does it feel good. Let's go have a look. Got a really nice little overlook put together here. How are y'all doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. And we got a hiking trail coming up here. Bristlecone Loop Trail. And would you feast your eyes at this? Great day in the morning. Look at that. Unbelievable. This place is incredible. Incredible. I'm going to raise my camera, try to get over this guy's head here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Alrighty. And we come on down here. I'd like to make this a plug for our national parks. They are beautiful, and what little it costs to get in them, it's a great experience. I know the crowds nowadays are a lot more than they used to be, but it's really not that bad, and not every single stop you make has 100 people in. What a view. Now I'm going to come down here and do a shot off of this point. Hopefully I can persuade these folks to let me have an unobstructed shot. Oh man, look at that. Perfect timing.
Do you know anyone like them? Like,
Nope.
how did you realize?
I just like language. I just like accents and languages.
Oh man,
From?
so beautiful.
No, I live in Arizona.
And this is the rain, gorgeous place.
Came from Cedar City.
Incidentally, there's no wind blowing up here at all.
Oh, cool. I've never been there.
But what a view.
So how did you come? Did you guys come back? Yeah, we did. We're from Sedona. Yeah, we're staying in Page, like Antelope Canyon, that area.
Okay, so here we are at another one of the overlooks, and you're looking way down into the canyon, and I'm not gutsy enough to go to the edge, but it is just incredible to see all the rock formations here and all of the evergreens. Lots of evergreens up here. We're at the Natural Bridge overlook, and last time I was here it was cloudy and in the fall of the year when I came, so I'm curious to see how it looks in the sunshine. Let's go have a look. Oh man, oh man. Man, would you look at that. Wow. That is freaking incredible. Okay, the next stop on the Bryce Canyon cruise through is Fairview Point, 8,819 feet above sea level. Let's walk out and have a look. Got a pretty good crowd out here. Looks almost like a tour.
Yeah, no, that's where Zion is right over there.
I wonder how far? 100 miles?
No, like 50.
50 miles.
So guys, we're the very top step of the grand staircase, and every plateau you see coming down is another step all the way to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Now, do you guys see that volcano shape out in the distance?
Yep.
That is an ancient acid lake reserve. Now look at that plateau way, 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 way behind it. Follow that plateau left until it suddenly drops. Once you see that drop, that is the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
Kayak, or coconino and kayak, yeah, the south rim and the north rim.
Yeah, north rim's over there.
Yeah, it's over there, yeah.
So that's the south rim, guys, and it's over 202 miles away.
That's interesting.
What's this right here?
Anyway, nothing like a free tour guide.
That's never seen.
Guy sounds like he has got a lot of great information. And as you can see, we're gradually getting lower in elevation here. Here's the lightning sign again. Trust me, I'm keeping my eye on the sky too.
That's your friend.
That'd be that belly flop thing going on.
Trip over her own shoe.
Ja, aangelopen.
And here is what Bryce Canyon is world famous for. The hoodoos. Look at all those rocks. Just amazing to see all that. In the millions of years it took to form. Call this the amphitheater. And you got a couple different names for the hoodoos. Incidentally, this is the ultimate location for the sunrise. And I plan to be here tomorrow morning doing a photo shoot of the sunrise. Stay tuned. Okay, so I hiked up here to the lookout point over the amphitheater, and this is at Inspiration Point in Bryce Canyon, and I'm going to pan over at the amphitheater. Huge collection of hoodoos, and you'll see them all up and through there. If you notice the gray on top of those rocks, they call that cap rock, and that is rock that has not eroded away yet, but eventually will in time. And you'll see a couple of the hoodoos down there have already fallen. And again, this happens with the passage of time, wind and rain. Okay, so we're at another overlook, and this is Sunset Point. You just never seem to run out of really neat stuff to look at out here. I'm gonna walk up the trail here and see what we got. Like a little chipmunk on the walkway up here. Here he comes. Where are you going, little guy? Okay, so we're heading out to the overlook. And let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Man, would you look at that? Incredible. There we got a couple more hoodoos down here, and I'm going to pan way down in the valley or in the canyon, and you can see there's some hikers down there. Zoom in a little bit on them. Okay, this is probably going to be the last clip for today, as it's about 30 minutes from sunset and looks like we got a pretty good cloud cover. I'm hoping that it will move out of the way so I can shoot the Milky Way a little bit later on this evening. But this is the amphitheater, and you'll notice down in the canyon all the hoodoos. I'm going to do a really slow pan down there, and you really get an appreciation for these things because there are so many. In fact, this is the largest collection of hoodoos in the world, right here in front of you in Bryce Canyon. So, you heard me say hoodoo a couple times during the day. I wanted to point something out here. If you'll notice these rock formations down there, those are called hoodoos, and they formed by millions of years of erosion. The white you see on top of the hoodoos down there was actually the surface of the earth at one point. And through water erosion and wind erosion, all of the hoodoos formed where they are now. An interesting point of note is the Indian legend has it that the hoodoos actually were bad people and they turned to stone, and you'll see this is where they all are collected. Kind of interesting, but obviously you know it's not true. Okay, here we are up on the ridge at Inspiration Point, and it's about 10 minutes before sunrise, and there's a couple of folks up there on that really tall overlook, and panning down the mountain here, hoping for a really good one this morning. I apologize if I'm shaking the camera any. Hopefully the stabilization will take it out, but it's 48 degrees up here. Yeah, I'm cold. And now we're looking back into the amphitheater amongst all the hoodoos. And then there's an overlook down there that some folks are already at. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully this will be a really good one. Should pop up right about in that area right there. Well, good morning again from high atop Bryce Canyon, and the sun just rose a few minutes ago. What a gorgeous sunrise it was. Now what we're going to do is we are going to watch as the hoodoos down in the amphitheater basically come to life. When the sun gets over that ridge a little bit, you're going to see a transition on these to where they just become almost fire-like. So let's enjoy the show here. And as you can see, the sun is starting to hit the tops of the hoodoos down there, and they're starting to show a little bit of color on their tops. This is going to be really interesting to watch because as the sun gets higher, they will basically look like they're on fire. Okay, the sun looks like it's coming on up over the clouds now, so we should have full sunshine. I just love how these hoodoos change their color. Okay, well, that's a wrap. Looks like a good sunrise. Let's have another look at the hoodoos here before we get ready to head back to Vegas. It's been a great trip. Got to see a beautiful sunrise this morning, an epic Milky Way last night, and like all good things, this too must come to an end. So I really am just beyond delighted that I made the trip up here, and am looking forward to seeing how much of a temperature swing I get to see today. It was 48 when I got here, and they're forecasting 110 in Vegas. So let's have a closer look down there. That's all, folks. Well, about halfway between Zion and Bryce is this gorgeous Navajo lake. This lake was formed by lava, and it is an incredibly beautiful overlook. You look way down the lake. It's so quiet and peaceful here this morning. Man, beautiful. I mean, the only noise I hear is an occasional car coming by. Wow.
Straight cruising, headed for a bruising, watching out for number one. You gotta slow down and look around you, son. Today is just today and not tomorrow. Where you're going, you can rest your head. Where you're going, brightness looks big. Where you're going, truth cannot be hid. You gotta get going. Easy now, you gotta get going. Easy now. Hard working so you can be deserving of the rest that you are given. You gotta slow down and look around This looks big. Where you're going, truth cannot be hidden. You gotta get going. Easy now. You gotta get going. Easy now. Get along, give a hand, sleep heavy, be the man. Just there, where you are, do something, be the star. You gotta get going.